Acceptance.
Qual é a nossa missão? O que nos move? Se você parasse para analisar todos os seus passos até aqui, teria valido a pena? Você está disposto a viver toda uma vida de aprendizado e deixar de volta tudo o que você aprendeu aqui na Terra?
You know, people were crying in the cath lab, you know, so the nurses were crying, we were all embracing each other, and it was, even the patient was crying, you know, so it was unbelievable.
TAVR has been the most collaborative experience in the history of medicine. If you think about how it's brought all of us together, including our patients at the center, making us better clinicians, better surgeons, better cardiologists, and absolutely better caretakers with all of our passion. And by the way, it has brought us a very close collaboration with our sponsors in this private-public partnership, making it absolutely a very strong bond to improve and enhance human health.
The patient looked like dead. And immediately after, you know, I removed everything very quickly. And we could see the heart starting beating again, the pressure raising to 120 millimeter of mercury. We could stop the vasopressors. And the color of the face moved from black or gray, you know, to pink. And so it was a success.
The low-risk data and demonstrating that with over 2,000 patients, 2 different platforms, well-conducted clinical trials, we were at least at a year for the given endpoints, were at least the equivalent of surgery. So those were my 3 aha moments that helped me to believe that this thing is going to work in high-risk patients, and actually could be a workhorse therapy in low-risk patients too. There was a 46% reduction with TAVR versus surgery in the primary triple endpoint of death, stroke, and rehospitalization. If you look just at death and disabling stroke, for TAVR, it was only 1% at a year for these low-risk patients.
But in fact, the SAVR did really well too, didn't it?
The surgery was excellent.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was 1% versus 2.9%. But there's no question, this was excellent surgery, but we were surprised with how good the transcatheter valve performed in this low-risk patient population.
Right.
Very briefly, the history. 1956, the beginning of left heart catheterization and the measurement of gradients across the aortic valve. 1958, the beginning of open heart surgery and an attempt to sculpt the valve. 1962, the first successful aortic valve replacement. 2005, the beginning of TAVR, and 2019, this is a magnificent presentation.
You know, people think this was just a revolution that happened. It happened over 20 years, Alain, and it happened over 100 sheep in Paris, and it happened over the extraordinary efforts of engineers. And I think the clinical science played a role too. But those early days, I think our expectations were limited, and I think that the explosion that's occurred was, if not completely unexpected was certainly for many of us was way beyond our expectations.
Every single clinical trial in TAVR has been prospective, well-controlled, randomized, powered for the endpoints in the patients that needed it most against the best possible therapy available to them. Incredible. The number of New England Journal articles speaks for the fantastic work that's been done by the investigators that brought this forth.
I think that the college's hope is that we can use the story of TAVR and help write news stories, right? Because it is inspirational to hear individuals that have done this journey and what are the opportunities to really transform cardiovascular care going forward. I mean, what's our mission statement? Transform cardiovascular care and improve heart health.
Partner era is over, and Marty smiled and turned to me and said
That the TAVR era has just begun.